I am Master Ferdinand from Sri Lanka. I am presently sitting at one of my good friends' residencies. It is the setting sun and everything is very quiet. Today I would like to speak to you on centrifugal forces, or will centrifugal forces decide the future of mankind? I would like to speak on this topic because countries like Iran are now in a dilemma, or in other words, they are trying to produce nuclear energy to very high levels, and the Western world has brought in a lot of criticism to it, and they have brought in a lot of embargo also to it. And this is the thing that led Iran to make a lot of centrifugal forces, or centrifugal force equipment. These centrifugal forces are used to get pure uranium. And when one is able to get pure uranium, take for example over 70%, one is able to make a nuclear weapon. Presently no one knows how far Iran has gone in her quest, or in her ambition of making a nuclear weapon, or how much purity she has been able to get from these centrifugal force machines. This is still a mystery. But countries like the USA have already struck a deal with Iran, asking them only to keep around 5,000 centrifugal equipment with them. Presently they are having around 20,000, and to bring it down to 5,000. But when one looks at the economic point of view, we in Mother Lanka had to pay a dear price for it, because Iran was helping us financially very heavily, especially in oil. We were able to get oil at a concession, or to pay at a later date on credit. We were lost all this when an embargo was put on Iran. We were unable to get our oil on credit, and even to sell our tea to Iran. And this led to the having to buy oil on the open market, and unable to export our tea properly. And this way our dollar, the value of our rupee went down, and we had to pay a higher price for the dollar, the US dollar, because oil is exported on the US dollar, or imported on the US dollar, and same way our tea is exported on the US dollar. So when you go to see, international politics directly plays onto the man on the street, or in other words, it hits the stomach of the man on the street. The man on the street doesn't understand this. He doesn't know that international politics directly plays into his lives. But this is a good example where the embargo was set, and this way Mother Lanka couldn't do trade with Iran, and this way our export bill and import bill were directly affected. If one thinks of the present situation, the embargo, they say, is gradually being lifted. This way Mother Lanka will benefit a lot, and even the whole world, because Iran is a nation, though it is an Islamic nation with a lot of radicals in it, it produces alcohol. Though people in Iran don't drink alcohol, they produce a lot of alcohol and they export it. It's a nation which has a lot of potential in it. Presently with the embargo, they had only about 1 or 2% economic growth, and this affected their economy very badly. And this is the thing that made them to come to make a deal with the West and cut down on their ambitions on nuclear energy. But with this embargo being removed, economists say that Iran will have an economic growth of maybe at least 5 or 6%. This is tremendous growth for even countries like Mother Lanka. We will be able to benefit rapidly through it. Especially Iran has a soft corner, one may say, towards Sri Lanka, because we were able to get our oil on credit for long periods of time. This way it's not a burden on on our currency, or in other words, our rupee does not depreciate so badly. What is needed in the world is economic growth. When there is economic growth, there is less civic unrest. So with Iran coming out of the shells, or in other words, the embargo being taken out, she will have a lot of economic growth in her. And we in Sri Lanka, or we can say the common man in Sri Lanka, is going to benefit a lot, because with more economic growth, we'll also have more economic growth, and more economic growth will bring better quality of life to our people and the people in the world. With these thoughts, I will close.